Okay, you know the feeling. You see that little notification, your boss wants to connect on LinkedIn, and your heart just stops for a second, right? Do you hit accept? Do you just pretend you never saw it? This is that classic modern professional dilemma, and we are going to break it all down today. So here's the plan. We're going to start with that initial kind of awkward feeling. Then we'll get into why your boss is even on LinkedIn in the first place. It's probably not what you think. After that, we'll tackle the big one, the fear of getting caught looking for another job. Then we'll weigh the actual pros and cons, and finally wrap up with what your company's official rules might say about all this.
All right, so let's dive in. It really does all start with that one little notification, right? A simple click from your boss that can send your mind racing. Are they just trying to be friendly and network, or is this some kind of trap? And trust me, you are not alone in feeling this way. This exact question, yay or nay, it pops up on career forums constantly. You can just feel the uncertainty. It's a moment pretty much every professional has to face, and there is no easy, obvious answer. I mean, this quote from a Reddit user just nails it, doesn't it? I feel like if I add them, then they might think I'm using LinkedIn to explore other opportunities, which may or may not be true, LOL. That's it right there. That's the core fear. The second you connect, you feel like you're suddenly under a microscope. Every little update, every new connection, it could all be misinterpreted as you having one foot out the door. Okay, so to really understand what's going on here, we have to flip this script for a minute. Let's look at this from their perspective. Why are they even sending that request? Because honestly, the answer probably has less to do with you and a whole lot more to do with their own strategy. And this right here is the absolute key. For executives and senior leaders, LinkedIn is not just an online resume. Nope, it's a powerful business tool. They're using it to build the company's brand, to talk to important people, and to basically cement their own credibility in the industry. And look, the numbers totally back this up. A study found that 71%, that's a huge number, of consumers are more likely to actually buy from a company if they see the CEO is active on social media. It's all about building that trust. And it's not just about attracting customers either. That trust is a magnet for talent. A staggering 82% of potential employees say they'll research a CEO's social media presence before they even decide to join a company. So you see, a leader's profile is basically a giant recruiting billboard. Now, if you think that's wild, check this out. In the world of finance, the effect is even bigger. Financial readers trust a CEO who's active on social media up to 9 times more than one who isn't. That's a massive signal of transparency and leadership. Okay, so all of that brings us right back to that central fear, right? Getting caught looking for a new job. LinkedIn has that little hashtag open to work feature, but how private is it really? Is it the stealthy tool it promises to be, or is it a professional landmine just waiting to go off? Well, look, on paper, LinkedIn says it does its best to hide your open to work status from people at your current company. But the real world tells a very different story. You hear it all the time from users. They'll say, yeah, my boss has a recruiter account, or our HR team can definitely see it. Even LinkedIn itself has to admit that they can't guarantee complete privacy. So yeah, there's a risk. All right, so let's pause. You know the risks now, and you get why your boss is on there in the first place. With all of that swirling around, how do you actually decide what to do? Do you click accept? Do you ignore it and hope they forget? Or hey, maybe you even send the request first? Let's actually break down the trade-offs here. On one hand, the pros. You connect, you instantly expand your network, you might get some great recommendations or skill endorsements, and you look like a real team player. But on the other hand, the cons. Suddenly, your activity is way more visible. That line between your work life and your personal life gets super blurry, and they might see posts about stuff you'd really rather not have to talk about on Monday morning. Okay, one last thing. Before you make your final call, there's one more place you need to check. Because this decision, well, it might not be 100% up to you. Believe it or not, your company might already have a rule book for this. Yeah, a lot of companies now have really detailed social media policies. And these aren't just, friendly suggestions. They're often part of your employment contract, and they spell out exactly what's okay and what's not okay to do online. And honestly, the rules are usually pretty common sense. Be professional, don't go sharing confidential company secrets, make it crystal clear that your personal posts are your own opinions. And this is the big one.
Always remember that what you do on your own time can absolutely have consequences at work if it damages the company's reputation.
So, where does that leave us? Well, what it means is that clicking accept isn't just a gut reaction anymore. It's a real strategic choice. You understand the employee's fear, you know the executive's playbook, and you've checked the company rules. Your professional brand is totally in your hands. So the only question left is, what's your next move?